turn it around. And here we have it. Let's set it up on a tripod. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, I am new to this, so I'm still getting used to the camera, but I have my new video camera. I'm excited to have a video camera for the first time. Really getting used to it, shooting pictures and taking videos of my travel. But let's just get back into the video. Welcome to the video. I wanted to give y'all an update on my time away from home, how things have been for the past 3 months since leaving. In my last video, as you can see, that was in July, but now I am in Alaska. First thing I want to talk about is what is APPEs, or what are rotations. Every pharmacy school has a different program. You would either do 2 years of undergrad or 4 years of undergrad, depending on which program you go into, and it will be it could be anywhere from a total of 6 years to 7 years total. I did the 6-year route. I did 2 years of undergrad at University of Missouri, Kansas City, and then I did 4 years of pharmacy school through UMKC at one of the satellite campuses in Columbia, Missouri. In your last year of pharmacy school, this is what we refer to it as rotations, or APPEs, Advanced Pharmaceutical Practice Experiences. This consists of a month-long rotation at different pharmacies, and you would go through and you would practice at this pharmacy on a month, depending on if it's community, hospital, ambulatory, or health systems, and you would basically get to experience the different types of pharmacies that you could work at, and practice with clinical skills before you get into the field of pharmacy, or before you go into your career field. A lot of students may stay home when it comes to rotations. And what I mean by stay home is if I done it the regular way, or if I didn't really mind working back in Missouri, I could do rotations anywhere between Kansas City, Missouri, all the way over to St. Louis, Missouri, depending on if they have availability. So me, being different and difficult like I am, I chose to do my rotations away from home, and the reason why I chose to do my rotations away from home was because I don't see myself working in Missouri. I want to get away from home, and I wanted to be able to use this opportunity to make connections, travel, and experience pharmacies away from home, and see how it is to practice clinical pharmacy in a different state. Since I wanted something different, I chose to have rotations out in Washington. I decided to have a rotation in Montana with the pharmacists that I was able to connect with at a pharmacy convention, and Alaska. And I'll give my explanation on why I chose these as I come up to them. I kind of gave a run through of what rotations are and how rotations are done. I'm going to talk about the rotations that I've experienced so far. Our first rotation started in June at a inpatient hospital. So for the inpatient rotation, this was a great start to the beginning of my APPEs. Reason why I feel like it was a great start is because, for one, I was with faculty. This is like a professor from my school, since I was at the University Hospital. I was with 5 other students, and I was able to really get an introduction to how APPEs work. We started off by doing rounds, working with the attending doctors, as well as the nursing staff and social workers, and I got able to get an extensive review in infectious disease drugs, which I still need to work on. But as far as like really getting a good insight as to what you would do on a rotation, or what was expected for rotations, this was a great start. Plus I was with faculty, so he was able to guide me through, and he was a really good preceptor for my first rotation. Great start to the year. I'm not so much interested in inpatient hospital. Me personally, I like ambulatory care pharmacy because I love making personable connections with my patients. I love checking in, following up, and coming up with plans for patients as far as like their health, and actually checking in to make sure that they can get that, reach their goals. So I like ambulatory, I like community pharmacy as well, but I want to be able to have an impact or have a bigger impact on my patient's health than, you know, certain pharmacies will allow you to do so. So clinic right now is where I would like to be, but I can definitely see myself doing other things, like independent community pharmacy, something that's more tailored to helping out people in the community, but also making a difference. So starting with the July rotation. My July rotation, I was able to spend it in Washington. As you can see in my last video, or in my first video, I did drive 28 hours from Missouri all the way up into Washington, and that was like really a trip that I honestly enjoyed. It was very tiring, very draining, but it wasn't that bad. My July rotation, I really enjoyed it. I was at the anticoagulation clinic, and my preceptor was like amazing. She pushed me hard. She, you know, showed me things that I need to improve on and how I could improve it and how I could like work to really separate myself from a lot of other students and, you know, really make a difference in regards to learning medications and therapeutic ways, being able to educate patients. And while at the anticoagulation clinic, I was able to work with a preceptor who was really good at honestly like pushing students beyond their limits, and picking them up and making sure that they were always putting their best foot forward, and giving their best effort and not just settling for, you know, what was the task at hand, or just settling for what their limits or what they believe their limits are. She really did her best to like make me believe in myself and push myself beyond, which was honestly super amazing. I was able to travel while in Washington, you know, go to Portland and visit my sister. I did that a couple times, visited her and my cousin, which was super fun. I loved it. I haven't seen them in so long, but being around them and with them was like really amazing. You know, just seeing family in general, especially ones that you haven't seen in a long time, is always a great thing. So I went to Portland a couple times. I went out to this town called Leavenworth, which is like this German touristy town in Washington, which is very beautiful. I went hiking for the first time, which I would never have guessed to be hiking or to even, you know, step foot on a trail ever in my life, because growing up as a kid in Missouri, it wasn't no hiking. No, nobody was doing no hiking. Not at all. And, you know, going up those mountains, going into this glacier park, I went hiking up Lake Kolchak, which was a beautiful, beautiful hike. It was long. It was like literally, it took me 2 hours to get up and 2 hours to come back down. But when I got to the top, I was able to, I kind of just went to the part where I could see the glacier park, the glacier lake. I know the full total trip is like, honestly, can take like half a day, because you walk through like these whole, like all these mountains, and you get off at like this one point, and you know, some people, they usually park one car over there and park one car at the entrance, just so like you can, you know, drive back to your car after you're done with the hike. But I just went up to the glacier lake, and as you can see right here, or if I do insert this clip, as you can see, the glacier lake was very beautiful. It was definitely a sight to see. I'm so glad that I went on it. I'm so glad that I even faced my fears to go hiking, because I would have never guessed to go hiking, honestly. I keep saying that, but I really mean it. Like, I would never have stepped out of my comfort zone staying inside of Missouri. And since I've traveled, I really have, you know, gained that strength and that courage to wanting to travel and see more. And I really had the opportunity to meet some amazing people, do telehealth pharmacy, visit the nursing homes, or you know, the home, visit patients at their homes, you know, see patients in a way where I could definitely see myself making a difference in the future. So for my August rotation, I was at the Central Washington Hospital, where I worked with a pharmacist who specialized in oncology. There was a whole team of amazing pharmacists and pharmacist staff there that I really got to learn and, you know, pick up from, and their students were also very helpful. And it's always nice just to meet other students from different places, because, you know, the schools, they learn stuff at different times, but it's also nice to just meet other students because you get to see where they're at, see how they learn things differently. Their professors may teach it a certain way, or their slides are presented in a different way, and you're able to just piggyback in, bounce off ideas or topic discussions with other students. So it's always helpful doing a rotation with other students or people from different schools. With that being said, during this month of August, I was able to shadow an infectious disease pharmacist and see how a clinic is ran as far as like seeing patients with HIV and hepatitis C. I was exposed to a lot of things that I necessarily wouldn't have been exposed to, not wouldn't have, but that I was exposed to a lot of things that I didn't see at home. It's not saying that I couldn't have seen it at home, because I definitely could have, depending on which rotation or hospital I visited, but I made connections away from home, which was very beneficial. Meeting all of these pharmacies and pharmacists, you never know like where they may go off to, and I may know someone, or if they knew a resident director or a different pharmacist boss, I'll have a connection that at least they can vouch for and say, I met Daryl, this is how he was as a student, this is how he was when he educated patients. Another thing that I was able to do while on my August rotation was go to Los Angeles. Los Angeles was amazing. I was able to do a site visit with a pharmacist down there that I met at the National Community Pharmacists Association, or NCPA General Convention. While at the NCPA General Convention, I connected with this pharmacist. We've shared contact information, and I was able to just he was able to be a mentor to me and kind of like show me the ropes of how it is to own a pharmacy, if I wanted to go that route in the future, after I'm done with pharmacy school. I went to LA for the first time. I enjoyed it. I had so much fun. Saw my dad, saw my little brother, was able to see my big cousin, who I haven't seen in a while, and we just had so much fun. It was really amazing seeing the pharmacy. It was amazing seeing this, city of Los Angeles. I don't regret my decision for, doing rotations away from home, because I've had the opportunity to meet so many people. And once my August rotation ended, I set sights on going up to Alaska. And while in Alaska, what I'm doing here is I'm working at the Air Force Base in Alaska. So another career field of pharmacy is military pharmacy. I'm interested in it, and I wanted to see how it would be. There is an Air Force Base in Missouri, but I've always had the idea that I wanted to travel since getting into pharmacy school. I heard a couple of my classmates talk about oh yeah, we should go here and here, our first year or P1 year of pharmacy school, and in my head I was like, that sounds like a really interesting idea, I'ma do it. And I set my sights on it. My third year of pharmacy school, I began to think well, if this becomes a reality, what I'll do is I'll take out the maximum amount of loans from now, and if I actually am going out of state for my rotations, this will help pay for my travel as far as Airbnbs, any flights that I need, or any Ubers that I have to do, and this will cover my way to getting there. If not, it'll just pay for my bills this year, and I'll just kind of cut everything else down as needed. Well, it became a reality. I had everything set to my schedule, so paid for my Airbnbs in April, paid for my flights from Washington to Alaska, and then I was calculating, would it cost more for me to drive to Washington? Would it cost more for me to fly to Washington and Uber every day, as well as fly to Alaska and Uber every day? And it was cheaper for me to drive, spend 2 months out in Washington, fly to Alaska, Uber every day in Alaska, and then do things like that way. So that's how I did it, and here I am today. Now that I'm here in Alaska, where I chose to experience military pharmacy and Alaska at the same time, because I was like, when is the next time I'll ever go to Alaska? Never. Or I don't want to say never, but it's not likely. So I decided to knock 2 birds out of 1 stone. Spent a whole month out here, which I've loved. Working in military pharmacy has been pretty nice. Getting an insight on how certain people did certain things, something I should try differently if I wanted to do it, and getting to see the state of Alaska, which is very beautiful. They have some very nice food here. Super expensive for me, just because I'm not living on a budget, but I'm kind of like managing everything. With that being said, I've been able to go on a couple hikes. I've been able to go see some this Point Park. I've been able to go to Beluga Point and see like some beluga whales that are kind of like peeking their head out of the water and stuff. It's kind of like it was really interesting. You can see me like shocked, like talking about these whales.
That's a whole whale.
Hopefully I can see some northern lights, and hopefully I can see a moose. If I don't see a moose or a bear before I leave Alaska, it was a failure. I'll be careful though. I'm not gonna like put myself in danger just to go see some wildlife, but I would like to experience it or at least see it because it's not normal. If I don't see some northern lights, it was a failure. If I do see some northern lights, then seeing it, I hope I can show it. I just hope I can show it. But yeah, for real, I hope I can show the northern lights to y'all because that's just something that I really look forward to seeing. On my phone, every single day it said that it's been between 40 to 60 degrees. Well, actually, whenever the sun is out or like it's just like cool and it's not raining, it feels like it's low 70s, honestly. Like being in the Midwest, the weather's inconsistent. Like it'll literally rain one day, be windy as heck the next day, and then be pure heat with humidity the rest of the week. And you're just like, what in the world is going on? Like it's not consistent. And then as you know, it's springtime and then it's snowing and it's raining and it's repeating the same patterns. Like it's never consistent. Well, here, being that it's saying that it's like 40-something degrees outside, and then it stops raining and the sun comes out and it's like, you know, high 60s, low 70s. That's like crazy because like it feels good. Like I'll be going outside with like you know, sweatshirt and some sweats on and I'm sweating and stuff. I'm like, what is this? But it's been really beautiful here. I loved it. I love my preceptor here as well as the other students. I've learned a lot from them. It's been really good and amazing meeting them, and you know, being able to, you know, like I said, just pick off the other students and learn the things that they learned at their school and use that to kind of sharpen my way of learning, of you know, being able to understand certain disease states and being able to understand why things happen. You know, going through pharmacy school, I was never the smartest, but I always put my best foot forward and I always tried my hardest to make sure I got through everything, and I did. And here I am today. We'll be like 6-7 months away from graduating. Yeah, we like 8-7 months away from graduating, and here I am today, getting one step closer to that day. All I have to say is, if you really want to do something, do not be afraid, do not be scared, do not be shy, go for it. If you are struggling, or if you feel like you're losing confidence, or not necessarily losing confidence, but you feel like you can't keep going, always put your best foot forward. You cannot fail if you try. That's all I have to say to everyone. If you try, you can't fail. No matter like how hard the obstacle is, no matter how, you know, difficult it may seem, if you try, you cannot fail. Like I will literally, if I could zoom this in, if I can get better at editing, I will literally like zoom this in so y'all can see my eyes. If you could try, you will not fail. And I just want everyone to know that. Like if you were to look at my video, and you know, I hope that I can inspire anyone that's watching my videos that, you know, coming from the family that I've come from, the background that I've come from, you know, I've made a way and I've been blessed to keep going. But I definitely say, always put your best foot forward. Don't ever let anything discourage you, or try to deter you away from your goals, because if you want it, you will get it. So that wraps up my recap of my time in Alaska, my time in Washington, and being away from home. For my next rotation, I'll be in Montana at a community pharmacy. I really look forward to, you know, showing you guys another recap video from my time here in Montana, as well as giving you guys an update on how things are going for me in regards to my residency process, and looking forward to posting another video for mid-year, and my travel going back home to St. Louis. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever we supposed to do. You know, tell all your people to like this video, come watch the video, and show some love. I really appreciate every single one of y'all for watching. I hope y'all are enjoying it. Stay tuned. I have more videos coming out, more ideas that I just want to show. Mainly, like I said before, this is just to document it for me, but I'm also showing you guys and bringing you guys along with me. And I hope y'all really enjoy the video. Peace.